Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And the fifth and final movie in the Planet of the Apes, the first five movies, which was part of the first original run of Planet of the Apes. We're finally here at the fifth one, by the way. It is a 1973 film called Battle for the Planet of the Apes. It is my least favorite of the original five movies. Funny enough, I've already mentioned it, I guess, once or twice, but the chronological order is actually in the order that I've put it as my favorite. This is my least favorite of the five. And possibly it's my least favorite of all the Planet of the Apes films, including the much maligned 2001 film by Tim Burton, which I actually did enjoy quite a bit. This one is my least favorite. So we have a returning Roddy McDowall, Claude Akins, Natalie Trundy playing his wife the female ape in the movie, Severin Darden, Lew Ayres, I think that's how you pronounce his name, Paul Williams, and John Huston. So they do have some influence, or rather, they do influence the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes and War for the Planet of the Apes in a little bit. It's similar, but they are not remakes. So let's talk about this film. So this is actually told as a as a narrative to some kids, but we don't really see it. The narration is going back to the early 21st century by a lawgiver in North America in the year 2670 AD. So this basically talks about the after effects of the conquest of the Battle of the Apes, where basically now Caesar has a human civilization is almost completely destroyed, but he's got a ape city kind of thing where in his area the humans are definitely second rank. They do most of the jobs, but they are under the rule of the apes, to be honest. Although Caesar is kind of lenient towards them, much less than the gorillas. The gorillas seem to be the one who definitely have it in it for they hate the humans. They want to, I think, do away with the humans as much as possible. General Aldo is one who basically is against humans and his cronies as well. So he is he is shown to be very inept at learning. So when people make fun of him, he tries to attack the human teacher Abe, because when he made a mess of things, the human teacher told him no, and that is a trigger word for all the apes, because that was how they remember being treated very badly under the humans before they managed to take over power. But I've got this problem. From the time of conquest of the Planet of the Apes till now, suddenly all the apes have learned English and they've got North American accents, and it seems to be they're talking a lot. That's kind of, how many years have passed by? I'm thinking it is less than 10, 20 or something like that. Doesn't really say how many years it is since it has passed. But that was 1991, and this is early part of the 21st century. They don't really say when. So I'm guessing maybe like 10, 15 to possibly 20 years later. So they decide that Caesar and a couple of his people, they are that is the younger brother of McDonald. So apparently they couldn't get the same actor, so they got someone else who plays the younger brother. He's also called just McDonald. He along with Caesar and Virgil, they decide to go to the Forbidden City to get the archives of of recordings, to see about what happened regarding Cornelius and Zira when they were in the 1970s, had actually come to Earth, and the discussions of them with the committee of humans. So they go there, and it's revealed that just like in the movie Beneath the Planet of the Apes, there is a group of mutated and radiation scarred humans living under the city. They see them. Governor Kolb, who was in the first movie and had was torturing a lot of the apes, plus he was also questioning Armando as well in the movie, if you remember. So he is in charge, and they see that Caesar has come there. There's a little bit of a fight. They manage to go back, but they take this as an act of aggression, and so they want to come and attack Ape City. Meanwhile, Aldo and his people are, so they manage to escape, but Aldo and his people are not happy at all. They are, you know, they want to plot a coup d'état against Caesar's reign, and unfortunately for Caesar's son, forgot what is Caesar's, Cornelius, he overhears it while he was actually playing out. Forgot exactly what he was looking for, but he climbed the tree and he hears it, and they spot him, and then they hack at the branch that he was in, and he falls and breaks his bones. They leave him for dead, but his mother finds him, and when they find out, that Caesar is actually kind of devastated because his son is dying, and he does die at the end. The humans do come, and so Aldo takes over, and he takes in all the humans and put them as prisoners, and at the same time the scarred mutated humans from the ruins of the Forbidden City, they come and they attack, and there's a big all-out war, and finally Caesar is victorious. Caesar's son dies, but he decides he will not, he doesn't want humans to be slaves. He decides that the former slave owners, he speaks to MacDonald, and they decide that if they do treat them as badly as the apes were treated or the humans, then they would be no different from them, and therefore they need to make a change. So along with Virgil, they say that they will, they definitely are gonna, keep some of their weapons and, be a little careful. However, towards the end, 600 years after Caesar's death, humans and apes are living together as equals. There are no fighting among them. It's, basically the apes are living peacefully with the humans. And that is when you see that the lawgiver, who is an orangutan, is teaching to the children about the story of Caesar. And he says this is how they finally started living in peace, and the world no longer needed these weapons. And, they have a lot of hope for rest of their life. And the movie ends with a close-up of a statue of Caesar with a single tear, obviously for his son, falling down from one of his eyes. And that ends the 5-movie run of this beautiful franchise, I must say. I absolutely love the Planet of the Apes. Like I mentioned, this is my least favorite, but still it is a pretty good movie, I would say. Maybe I'll give it a 7. But I lose in especially fighting scenes. Excuse me. I tend to, both times or 3 times that I watch this film, I tend to lose my interest when the fight scenes are going on. And the most interesting parts are, when they are talking about how, Caesar and Virgil and all of them, how they're talking about things to get, not angering the gorillas, but at the same time treating the humans much nicer and all that. So yeah, I do. Aldo gets killed at the end. So there's the thing about ape shall not kill ape, but because he did kill an ape, the rest of them, including his own soldiers, turn against him. I forgot to mention that. So a couple of things I just want to mention with the actors. Lou Ayres, he is somebody who I remember because in the original Battlestar Galactica from the movie from the 1979 film, which came 6 years after this, he was the President Adar, basically the president of the 12 colonies. So that's something very interesting. He plays an orangutan elder who's basically in charge of all the weapons in Ape City, and it was nice to see him, and his voice is pretty familiar as well. So that's one of the actors. I don't remember. I haven't seen him in anything else, but guess he was a really good classic actor. John Huston, of course, as the lawgiver, and who was the Virgil, Paul Williams, and even just looking at Paul Williams back then, he was kind of a like I think he was he's a singer as well. He looks definitely like a folk singer from the 1970s picture that I can see on Wikipedia. He just looks like a folk singer who probably would have got on well with Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. Those kind of singers and stuff. Maybe even what's the guy's name? Van Morrison. It's kind of like, it reminds me of those kind of people, but especially Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young. So yeah, I guess I don't really remember hearing any of his songs, but I think I should definitely try and do it. He's still alive, so maybe some of his songs are something that I would have heard down the line. So yeah, that's it. That's it for the Battle for the Planet of the Apes. My least favorite of the film, but yeah, overall this is one of my favorite franchises. So the other films are coming up pretty soon. I have already watched, I have already planned to watch the reboot movie, and then a little later is when I'm going to watch the three movies that for basically the reboot series. So the three ones are really successful. So anyway, that's it, guys. That's it for me. I really love this franchise, as you can tell possibly, but I'm feeling very tired right now. I didn't want to go to bed. So have a good night, guys. Take care and stay safe. Bye bye.